If you're looking to make more money with your books on IngramSpark, this could be a great option for you. IngramSpark has recently introduced the share and sell your book option, which gives you a direct way to sell your book on IngramSpark to readers. This previously has not existed, and IngramSpark was purely a distributor. Now you can have your customers, your readers, buying directly from IngramSpark, and the perk here is that they are going to give you significantly more money of your sale to you. So you get to earn a little bit more, you get to give that direct link, and it is a great program that they are now offering, and it's something authors have asked me about for years and years and years, and it is here with this share and sell your book. Now, this is only available to those of you based in the US right now, but we are going to look at how you can use this and how you can set this up and how you can start sharing your direct link to buy to IngramSpark directly. So here, once we log in to IngramSpark, we are going to scroll down here, and there should be a link at the bottom that says sell your book to your readers. You can click directly on that to be taken there, but also if you click on this new link icon over here, this is an e-commerce tab, and this is going to take you there. So we're going to do it from this e-commerce tab because this is something that's going to stay, and as new updates come in, when you scroll to the bottom, you may not always find the newest features down there because they're going to be replaced over time. Here we have 3 simple steps of how we can sell our book. So 1, we're going to select a book. 2, we're going to set our price and limitations. And 3, we're going to choose the format of our link. So we're going to go down here to this blue button and create a link. Now, this video that they have here is so beautiful. It is cute, but it doesn't really show you exactly what the program looks like. So that's why I'm here to show you exactly what it's going to look like in a real account, and not with this really pretty and adorable illustration style and animation. Once we go here, I can see all of my books available. So I am going to go ahead and create a link to my jacketed case laminate for Tolerant. Tolerant is my YA novel written by CJ Sparrow, which is also me, but that's my pen name for my YA novels. I only have my hardcover available through IngramSpark, so this would be a good book for me to sell because this copy is gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and create a link for this. Now I get to name my link. I'm going to just go ahead and name this Tolerant. And here, if we look at their little hint here, it's telling you that this name is only for you, and this is not going to be shown to readers. So use it something that will make sense, because I can even do a Tolerant HC for hardcover. But I don't think I'm going to offer my paperback through a direct link. That I'd have them maybe go through KDP or Amazon for, so I just want to do the hardcover for now. So it's saying my minimum purchase price is $16.22. Now, if I'm wondering where did it get that number, I can click on that help button, and it's going to say your minimum purchase price is a combination of your book's print cost and a $3.50 e-commerce print surcharge. So that is how much it costs to print that hardcover plus $3.50. So everybody's purchase price is going to be a little bit different depending on what you're charging for your book. Now, everybody's purchase price is going to be a little bit different because all of our books are going to cost a little bit different of an amount to print. Some may be more, some may be less, and especially if you change what type of book you're printing from a hardcover to a paperback, you're going to notice big differences in those prices. Now, here I choose my compensation. What this is going to do is change how much that purchase price is for customers. So I know right now my hardcover is retailing for $27.99. So I can go ahead and change this purchase price here to $27.99, and that means I get to keep $11.77 of compensation per book, which is significantly higher if they're ordering through, let's say, Barnes & Noble, where IngramSpark is going to be distributing there. If I can jump in and be a little bit of a D2C interaction with my customer, then I'm going to be able to obtain more compensation. Now, $11 per book is like ridiculously high to get paid. And while that's really fun, I might want to create a deal to incentivize my customers of, hey, if you buy through me, it's only going to be $25. You save some money, and I'm still making a pretty good profit. So you can do whatever you'd like. I'm just going to set this at the retail price that it's at and leave it like this. Do I want to limit the number of orders per link? So you can say yes or no. And do I want to limit the number of books per order? That's really interesting as well, because you can allow them to order up to 100 books per order, or you can change it to order up to only 1 book per order, which is really interesting. I guess this would come into play if you're working with a bookstore perhaps, and they don't want to necessarily order through the back end of IngramSpark, and they can order 100 copies. I'm not sure if this would really come into play with customers. I haven't really had customers buy much more than 5 or 6 copies for themselves. I think that's typically the most I've ever seen somebody get for themselves, and that's typically for if they buy a book for themselves, a collectible for themselves, and then they give out the rest as gifts. But that's an interesting thing that you can have. I'm just going to say no, allow the maximum. And then a date range, you can set it if you only want orders to come in. Let's say we'll go to December. Maybe I only want to sell my book in December, and then I'm done. Or you don't have to put anything in there at all, which I'm not going to, because that doesn't really make sense to me if I want this link to be ever long and always working. So this is really great if you want to create a deal of, hey, right now you can get a purchase price of $12 for my book, and it's only available these dates only. This would be a really fun way to be able to really incentivize sales and deals. And I like that there is customization, because that gives us just so much more freedom and creativity of how we can use this share and sell link. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that, and it looks like this button's not going to close. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and generate this link, and I am going to just go ahead and say it's the Tolerant hardcover. Okay, generate link. Okay, a verification code is required for this, so I'm just gonna have them send me a little text message here. Okay, it did not come in at all, so I'm going to go ahead and resend this code one more time. Oh, there we are, that one came in immediately. All right, awesome. So now I have a QR code, which is really exciting, because if you do want to create one of those deals, what I'm already thinking of right now on the spot is, wow, a great thing you could do is with your author business cards, if you put on the back a special offer for just for you, you can put that QR code back there, give them a really, really good discount to where you're still secretly making more money and they're getting a deal. So it's a win-win for everybody. I love that idea. And then you can have that link evergreen, so it will last forever. And that's really, I'm so excited. That's actually really cool and something I might implement in the future. I love this. Okay. And then you can also copy an HTML embedded tag. Now, this is something that you can embed into your website if you're a little bit comfortable with coding, if you're a little bit comfortable with HTML, this is going to be for you right here. So these are really cool. And then here is a direct link. So if you just want to go ahead and put it as a button on your website, you can go ahead and make a button and then have that link to that direct link. So this is really exciting. I'm just going to go ahead and have them send the QR code, the HTML tag, and the link to my email. That way I don't lose this page, because I don't want to forget it. So I'm just going to go ahead and click done. And I'm actually really impressed with how pretty this little buy box is if you do just want to use HTML on your website. Because this is really interesting, because you can make a bunch of little boxes like this and you can actually code them into your website. And for those of you who don't want to pay for an e-commerce platform like Shopify or some other form of e-commerce that is paid and quite a bit expensive if you're not actively making sales, this is really cool because you could actually format it into your website and make all these little buy boxes for your books to where your site does look like an e-commerce website and you're going to profit more. So I'm way more excited about this than I thought I was going to be at the beginning of this video. So good job, IngramSpark. I am a happy customer right now. So I'm going to say done. And now I can see my share and sell purchase link history. And I have it here. I can see that my status is active, and I can see how many books are ordered through this link, which is great for tracking your statistics Love it. And if you ever forget, it looks like there is a cancel link option that you can delete here, link options, or visit your link. So let's go ahead and visit the link and see what it will look like for a customer. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is a book brought to you by Stahl. It says just my last name because that is the name of the publishing company of Tolerant. So it is published by Stahl. And it's powered by IngramSpark. Very cool. Tolerant, written by CJ Sparrow. It's a hardback, and that's the price you set. So this can change depending on what you put. And then we have the book description and we have the product details. This is a really pretty, nice, simple page. I can see my front cover and the back cover. Will it work? Yeah, look at that. Okay, great. I love this. Go ahead and add it to cart. Let's just see what this looks like. We're not actually going to buy this, but this is great to see what the reader is going to encounter when they're trying to buy your book. Okay, so now I can click on my cart up here. And I can see, okay, it's Tolerant. This is what I'm getting. Oh, a limit of 100 per order. So this is where they're going to see that limitation. And I want to buy 5. So I'm going to add that in. And then you can see right here, it has all the contact information, the shipping address. And then you can go ahead and continue. Now I'm going to pretend like I'm going to buy this book. I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to pretend just because I want to see what shipping looks like for them as well. So let me plug and chug all this information, and we'll see what the next page looks like. And then this is what I was curious about. I just wanted to know how much they're charging for shipping because it always makes me curious, and it's something my customers always want to know about. Well, how much is shipping? How much are taxes? How much is it going to be total? Because everybody wants to know what they need to pay because the price we see on the book is not always what it ends up being. So I can look at this and say, okay, the shipping options are $349 for basic. So that's non-trackable and non-insurable. And then standard ground is $969. So those are the 2 options I would recommend to my customers if they have questions. Basically, I would say if you really want it cheap, go for the basic. But if you want a little bit of protection, then go ahead and go ground. That way you get a tracking number. And I only have ever had one book lost by choosing basic through IngramSpark, and I've ordered several books from them. So I think this is a pretty safe option, but again, to be completely safe, it's always good to have a tracking number. So that's interesting. And then right here, it will tell you your tax and your total. And what's great about doing it like this and selling your books this way is you still aren't responsible for collecting tax yourself. You're not responsible for collecting payment information yourself. And you don't have to report sales tax this way because IngramSpark is the one who's collecting it and they're the ones who are reporting it, right? So we get a cut from IngramSpark. They give us that information. We track and record that information. We report that for our taxes. And then we pay self-employment income tax and all of that fun stuff on that. But we're not collecting the sales. So for those of you who are not quite ready to jump into collecting payments and paying your sales tax quarterly and doing all those business-oriented things that gets quite overwhelming, this is a great option. So they do have to agree here. This is marketing and promotioning emails, which I'm not sure what those emails would look like for your customer. I'm not sure what they would be advertising from a customer standpoint. So that would be interesting. I might sign up for that if I was to go through this just to see what their marketing emails look like because I'm curious as an author, but obviously your customer is probably not going to click that. And then you can proceed to payment. So we can see the total. If I charged $27.99, which is retail cost, they'd pay $34.55. Now, this is something to where I would not charge the full retail cost through this link if I was to go through with this and post this on my website, only because I want this number to be cheaper than what they can get anywhere else to incentivize them to choose my button to IngramSpark over any other platform. So what I would do is I would calculate the cost that would still make this the most profitable option for me, plus making it the most deal worthy for my customer. So that's going to take a little bit of math and back and forth of me figuring out the best deal I can give them with the highest profit for myself. That way we are both on the best possible side because they're paying the least and I'm profiting the most. So that's something that I would figure out before I put this on my website. And quite honestly, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put one of these buttons on my author website because why not? It's no harm and all you can do is make more money, which is really exciting. So if you do have books for sale directly through IngramSpark, this is a great way to make some more money, to leverage your books even more, and really make that profit off of your books without having to sacrifice as deep as a discount, because historically, IngramSpark royalties are pretty low because their printing costs are relatively high. And that's because they're print on demand and they are printing in the US, so costs are definitely higher for US printed books than they are overseas. So that's something to where this is a really great way to try and get the most bang for your buck, if that makes sense for you and your reader. I hope you've loved this. I surprisingly am really excited about this, and I started this video not quite sure how I was going to feel, and I'm definitely excited, and I didn't think I was going to be using this option, but now after going through this process, I'm absolutely going to be implementing this. Let me know in the comments, are you going to be using this link? And tell me how you're going to be integrating it to those customers. Are you going to be using that QR code on promotional postcards, on your business cards? Are you going to be embedding that HTML link and trying to build a store that looks like an e-commerce platform but's really directing to IngramSpark and saving you time and money? Or are you going to go ahead and use that direct link button and a pretty little button on your website that your customer can click and will take them here? I'm so curious to see what you do. I'm probably going to use the direct link option and make a button just because I think that suits my website aesthetic a little bit more. But I love these. I'm excited to hear what you're going to do with them, and happy publishing. If you have questions and you're looking for one-on-one author help, you can chat with me directly, and one-on-one we can chat all week long about all your book problems, concerns, hopes, and dreams, and I can help give you advice and guide you along the way. If this is something that interests you, head over to patreon.com/Bethany Stahl, and you're welcome to join for free.